Grant
What's going on YouTube? So it's Martin from Crystal Gold back at you with another live interview. So today we got Romer, the Romer, in the house. So say what's up and give him a little.
What's going on, guys?
What you doing?
How you guys doing?
Good. So we're really excited to have you on here. We got 8 questions for you, like usual. Do you want to kind of give a little spiel about yourself before and tell people who you are and what you're doing?
Yeah, my name is Romer the Romer. That's what I go by. My name is Avery. I go by Romer the Romer on Instagram and YouTube. And I just travel around. I try to find books whichever way I can. So about a year ago, I don't even know if you guys know this. If you scroll way down my Instagram page, I lived in my car for like 3 months, and I was just FBAing everything. I was just finding stuff. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. And then I went to a bunch of meetups with these book gurus, Caleb Roth, Reezy, Resells, Travis, the creator of Acceleralist, and I met up with them, and I found out about so much, like library. I didn't even know about library sales until then. And yeah, that's when stuff really picked up. Was just like I realized that if I'm going to make it in this business, it's all about networking and learning a lot.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's really awesome. And we actually have seen you living in your car, and I think we have a question about that.
Okay.
So we're gonna give a quick couple shout outs to some people in the chat. Looks like we got a first comment as always, Duncan. Good to see you in here.
Yes, hello, Duncan.
And then we got Thrift Esme actually in the house, so she's in here. We're super excited. Hope she's not driving though.
Yes, always driving.
I'm always driving too. I'm surprised I'm not driving right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're always on the road. Yeah. And then we got Noah from Wholesale Direct. What's up? Good to see you. Reseller King. He said, "What's up, everyone?" Well, he said, "Hello, everyone." And we got Anthony Morez. Bam. Good to see you in the house. That's awesome.
That's an emerald.
Yeah. Robert Marshall. Oh, good to see you.
Derby City Thrifter.
Oh, nice. And then we got Chase Miller in the house. What's up, Chase? Mark I can never say your last name. Corbett. Yeah.
I met up with Mark actually when I went on the first trip.
Yeah, I met up with Mark at the last Connecticut thrift meetup.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude. And then
oh, Thrifty Esme says no, she's at home.
Okay,
so
that's
she's
good.
Not driving.
So we're gonna have a great live stream for you to watch.
Yes.
So let's just kind of jump right into the first question.
Yes. So why did you decide to do Amazon FBA and not a different way to sell online?
Just flexibility. It just allowed me to be wherever, whenever, and is easy.
So that's a pretty easy question. And actually, I forgot. Finn had to make an appearance. Duncan wanted him. So,
this is our dog,
here's Finn. He's making a quick appearance for this live.
What's going on?
We went on 2 walks today, so
yeah.
He's exhausted.
Yeah. But yeah, we like to do the eBay just side of it because it is so flexible too. You know, like we can thrift anywhere in the world.
But I feel like FBA is just so much more flexible because you just send it in. And then
yeah, it's like I was gonna be living in my car. So
yeah.
I wanted to send in like hundreds and thousands of books, and I couldn't do that if I had them all in my car. I'd have to ship one out one by one if I was going somewhere. I do a little bit of eBay with like instructors editions and stuff like that, but yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty much. We just haven't really got into FBA yet. We really want to, but it's also just like we have so much that we have to do with eBay and then YouTube as well. So we kind of just keep it with those two, trying to master those and just get good at those till we can maybe one day either stop or let the foot off the wheel a little bit and kind of learn something else.
Yeah.
But number 2, what was the deciding factor to leave college and hit the road?
Well, I graduated college.
Oh, you did graduate?
Yeah. And my plan was to go to physical therapy school. Yeah, I surprised myself all the time because I was gonna go. That was the plan. And then I graduated. My buddy was like, "Hey, do you want to start a landscaping company?" And I was like, "Sure." So we did that. But then he had his whole family. He had like a wife and kids, and I was just like, I have a lot of fire in me right now, and I was just like, I wanted to like create a huge, not a huge business, but like a business, and I wanted to put in, 70, 80 hours a week, and he just couldn't because he needed to feed his family, and he was working full time. So then I've been selling books for like 4 years, just out of my college dorm room. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I was making money. So I was like, you know what? And then I saw Reezy, and I was like, you could probably make a decent amount of money doing this. And then I was like, okay, like I could make money doing this on the road. And then once I started doing it on the road, I was like, wow, you can make a lot of money doing this, and it's fun. So yeah, that's kind of where it took off. I'd say the real point where it really took off was Los Angeles, that first meetup where I met with all those guys, just seeing them like in person, and I don't know, something about it.
Yeah,
I walked past Gary Vee in Beverly Hills.
Really?
Yeah, a bunch of weird stuff happened in California, and it kind of changed my brain.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt with like eBay once I went to the Connecticut thrift meetup and met all these like awesome other.
Yeah, it changes you seeing them like in person.
Yeah. And then like also just following other people and seeing like their 60-day totals and just seeing how much they've sold. And it's really, you're able to do it. Like it's doable. You just got to put the work in.
Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, like it's crazy for us because like we started with like almost nothing, like no inventory, no source of knowledge on eBay at all. And like just from following all these people and really just like learning from them, like it's nuts.
Yeah, I feel like there was a point before where I thought like, I don't know, I just thought people that made a lot of money were like a lot different from me, and then like I actually met them, or like I didn't even have the balls to talk to Gary Vee when I walked by him, but just seeing that he's like a living, breathing being, I was like, okay. Like he was sitting down and he was on the phone, and I was like, wow, like I don't know. It's for some reason it was just like, okay, we're all human. We all have, we all sleep. Like, like we can make. All you got to do is get up and do it. Like just do the things that they're doing, and like that's literally it. Like they're not superhuman.
Yeah. It really just puts it in perspective that they're like just like you.
Yeah. I mean, just seeing that they have like skin and their heart's beating. I don't know.
I kind of had that same like realization. It was like a year or two ago. We went to go see a Cleveland game when LeBron played for them, and seeing LeBron on the court, like, because I was a huge basketball fan, and like seeing LeBron in person, I was like, wow, he actually is like real. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's like logically, it's like no shit. And like something of like your animal just doesn't get it until and it's like, oh shit, like they're an animal, I'm an animal,
But yeah, it's a wild
humans.
Crazy, yeah.
So it looks like we got some comments.
Let's see. Duncan said, yes, send me the Basset Hound. He's actually a beagle, not a Basset Hound.
He's full beagle.
And I don't know how much it would ship him.
He said how much to ship an animal to Australia.
Airmail to Australia.
We're not going to ship him. We're not going to look that up.
No. Mark said his last name is pronounced Corbett. Easy if you break it up.
Corbett.
And then he also wanted to know, Avery, what does McKay pay you for your duds and trade-in?
Anywhere from 30 to 40 a tote.
Oh, okay. That's not
That's
bad.
crazy.
Yeah.
Thrift Esme said Finn needs to own his own Instagram.
I know. I really should get on that. I would have great posts. Finn sleeps all day though, so you would literally just see Finn sleeping all day. We saw King said, "Smash that like button."
Yeah, everybody smash that like button.
And Mark said, "Avery, are you at a hotel?"
Yeah, I'm at. I've been staying at these extended stays recently. Got like a discount, but they have a kitchen. I just don't have anything to cook, so I got some Chipotle. And they bring forks. Like I ordered Chipotle, and they have you guys done DoorDash before? I did the DoorDash thing. They didn't bring me a fork, so now I'm just like, I think I have one in my car. I always keep a fork actually like right in my car because that's like the number one thing I need like when I'm having a crisis. Because whenever I was on the road and I had just had food, because I would like cook my food and then I would have it like I would have like leftover lentils from the night before, and I don't know, I'd just be really hungry out of nowhere, and I would just be like searching for a fork. Sometimes I would use like Scotty, you know what Scotty peelers are?
Yeah.
Caleb Ross, he's got Scotty peelers he sells, and then like I don't know, just random stuff. Like I would use those as like forks. Spread my peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. You gotta eat somehow. Yes.
Mark said, how many books can you fit in a tote? Is that Southern for a bag?
I don't even know what a tote means. Like 3 boxes. But you can also put in Gaylord orders, and for those you'll get like 150 to 200.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Wow. Or sometimes they'll pay you nothing. Sometimes they'll pay you like $4. If you bring them shit, they're not going to pay you. If you bring them good stuff, they'll pay you good stuff.
Okay. But number 3 is, what has been your biggest mistake you've made with selling books on Amazon?
My biggest financial mistake, I probably couldn't even tell you my biggest mistake because over the next 5 years, I'll be able to look back and pinpoint it. But my biggest financial mistake right now was I maxed out all my credit cards in last August, and didn't do too well with the online arbitrage thing because I used a repricer. Someone told me to use a repricer. I should not have used a repricer. I strategically priced all the books for a reason, and then I got greedy or impatient and cut on the repricer, and all my prices tanked. But I ran numbers, and I ended up kind of breaking even, but after all the interest and I paid my cousin a couple $100 to pack them up because I was on the road at the time, so I was shipping them all at his house. It just wasn't worth it. But I mean, it's a mistake, but I learned so much from it that I don't even really look at it as like an L.
Yeah.
I did it next season and did much better, and this next season I'm gonna kill it. So
yeah,
that was pretty much the answer we were looking for. That's funny.
But like it was just crazy to think like where you were like last year, I'm assuming this, like I think you said, to where you're going to be this year. And then next year you're saying like just the growth that comes from this, like, and being able to think that like my credit cards aren't even maxed out anymore. Like I don't have to worry about paying like cousin to pack up the books, you know, like, so that's just an awesome like feeling.
There's definitely just like, it like grows, but you just don't see it growing when you're like in time, but then when you look back, you're like, wow, like I really have grown a lot.
Just open up that seller app and it'll just say like, you know, whatever 100% from last year.
That is definitely awesome. Mark said, so if I do my crazy math, would that be like 25 cents a book?
I don't know what it comes out to, and it depends on who you are. I'm considered a vendor at McKay's, so they don't pay me as much. They like fiction. They don't like textbooks. So I don't know. Mark, come down to the South and bring some books with you. We can do a little experiment.
But number 4 is actually, how was it to be living in your car?
It was awesome. I loved it. Yeah. And it really just makes you thankful for everything we have. I love showers so much now. Like I just showered. Like recently. I just love them. Because I had a portable shower. But it was a luxury to have a warm, like nice shower. And just, I don't know. I'm super low maintenance, so like I didn't really care much, and I could be wherever I wanted. But it also just taught me to like really enjoy the little things, like running water, like stuff like that is just amazing. So everything else kind of really doesn't matter. Like it's all uphill from here.
I would miss showers. That would be the worst thing.
One of the first videos we watched of yours was you were in California and you were like, yeah, like there's the ocean behind me. I think I'm going to go swimming in that later for a shower. And there's sharks in there and I'm super afraid of sharks.
Yeah, I didn't end up going in there.
Oh, no.
I'm really upset with myself. And I was in Pensacola the other week and I was like, I should do that. And it's one of my fears. And I've tried doing it over and over again. But basically when it's nighttime, I want to go to the ocean and swim out as like a football field.
Oh, no.
And then swim back. And, I know that I won't die, and I know the chances of me being attacked by a shark are like 0. But it like my head, my brain just knows from like watching Jaws as a kid. Yeah. It just terrifies the hell out of me. But that's one thing I haven't been able to overcome.
That's kind of crazy. I would go in and maybe get my head under like 10 feet from shore, but I would not swim a football field.
I haven't. I've tried. Every time I go, I like start running. I get out there, and then I just like I get to where my feet won't touch, and then I freak out and just like, what the hell am I doing? And I go back. But that's one of my fears. That like I don't know. I'm a big believer in like getting over your fears if you don't die.
Yeah.
And realistically, that's people. I swim out in the ocean with my friends during the day, super far, and it's not terrifying. Like, why is it different when the lights are off? And
this is like a black hole.
Yeah, that's something that we definitely do not want to overcome that fear. That is wild. Wish you the best of luck with that if you ever do that, though.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys called me out on that.
Yeah, now you got to do it. Yeah. Have a buddy filming you at shore. Trying to swim in, like, swimming.
It'd be such a terrible video. Like, it just wouldn't be a good video at all because it'd just be dark nighttime. Couldn't see anything. Probably be really windy.
You'd probably be screaming.
Yeah.
You would think you got attacked by a shark. That's funny. Wow, that's crazy.
I know we wouldn't be able to do that.
No way.
Let's see. 50 Esme said, "Great humble spirit showers."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Duncan said, "Living in your car equals McDonald's and KFC every day. Yum."
That's something that I'm actually really upset with myself. As I'm filing taxes, I'm going down and I'm looking at all the transactions I had last year, and I didn't think I ate that much junk food, but I had a lot of McDonald's, a lot of KFC, just not Pizza Hut, just not great food. So my goal this year is when I file taxes for 2019, I'll go back and just see Chipotle like all the way down.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I feel like all ours would be like Wendy's, McDonald's.
Wendy's. It starts to add up, really.
Burger King.
Yeah. It's the same cost, though. It's like Chipotle costs the same as Wendy's.
Yeah.
You just got to think smart.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mark said, "So what is this Canada trip you are planning?"
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. So this is 90. I keep coming up with different numbers on the percent of this trip actually happening in the next 2 weeks. I need to get my passport, but you get your passport the same day if you go to like a major city like Atlanta. I'm thinking about maybe getting it tomorrow just to get out of the way. Or Buffalo. You can get your passport the same exact day if you go to like whatever the passport place is called. But what was the question? Was it what's the point of the trip, or
just what is the trip you're planning?
Okay, yeah, I want to go to Canada and source as much as possible. I would have like a high floor profit, like maybe $15 or $20. I'd only grab books that got me that much because I'd have limited space in my car, and I would do the living in my car thing again. And so I would try. It'd be more of an experiment than anything, and I would try to see. Like, what out of all the books I got to sell in America, how many are good to sell in Canada as well? And how many are good to sell in Canada for more than they are in America? And then I could also, if I find a really good source, like just a place that's like bomb, I could go in there and I could scan with, I don't even know what app I'm going to use. I can't use Scout IQ in Canada. I think it's like Profit Bandit or something is good to use in Canada. There's some app. But I would use that, and I would do a scan for America and a scan for Canada and just compare the different books. And I think if we could kind of find out a system, then I could work with, different sellers in Canada and different people and different sources. And then we could divvy it up to be like, okay, well, it's actually worth it to bring these here. Or or I got a couple Canadian followers. I could send them books online arbitrage. I could send them books from like that are prime in Canada for dirt cheap, but they're actually good to flip in .com, and vice versa. Maybe there's a lot of things you can buy. There's so many books that are like oversaturated where they're like you can buy them for like 76 cents prime. If I could ship those to my house and then find a way to get them to Canada and flip those for like $7-8 profit a piece, then it'd be worth it. So just like experimenting with like the arbitrage opportunity between the marketplaces. And plus I've never been to Canada. So
that's
really
actually
cool. That sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, crazy. I never even think that like something would sell better in Canada or like vice versa.
Yeah, the marketplaces, according to Caleb Roth, which is where I get like all my information. Do you guys know who he is?
We don't know.
Oh wow, that's crazy. He goes by the Book Flipper on Instagram. He doesn't post much content on selling books on Instagram, but if you go to thebookflipper.com, read all those articles by him, and it's just like if you ever want to get in the book game, he's the guy. He's like the guru. But he thinks that the marketplaces aren't really correlated too much. So there's a lot of arbitrage opportunity buying them on. You know what eFlip is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a creator. He's a creator of eFlip and Scout IQ.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Wow, yeah, I think someone asked us, do you buy books off Amazon and flip back on Amazon?
Yeah, that's what the whole online arbitrage. That's what I was talking about when I said I screwed up on eFlip online arbitrage. Yeah, there's and that's the thing we're talking about. Like, if there's already arbitrage opportunity in America, people are killing it, doing online arbitrage in America. Just imagine how much opportunity there is from .com to .ca.
Yeah, for sure.
And vice versa.
It's actually funny though. Mark said, the days to go to Canada with just a driver's license. I'm pretty sure you still can because we do.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, but
we have the enhanced license.
Yeah. I called and they said it depended on the border security, like whatever you're dealing with. So what part do you guys go into?
We go into like the Niagara Falls, Ontario side. So it's like
okay,
because we live so close. I feel like that's probably why, because we have like a New York license or driver's license. So
yeah, but if you come to Buffalo for your passport, hit us up. We'll have to get lunch or something.
Yeah, I'll be up that way. If I do it, I'll be up that way in a week. So
that'd be awesome.
I'll be in Dayton, Ohio for sure for the Bus Proof conference. It's a big bookseller meetup, and then after that, I'm probably heading north. So unless because I've been cold calling a lot down in the south, and like if one of my sources comes through down here, which they have been recently, like I got a meeting set up with this library. And if something like that comes up, then I may just chill. And I also just signed a lease for an apartment on May 1st, so I want to be here for that too. So
wow, you got a busy schedule.
Yeah. But do you plan on going like all over in Canada or like where specifically?
It would just be there's three cities, right? On that there's what is it? Montreal,
Ontario, right?
Ontario, and then Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's funny. I don't know my geography for Canada at all. There's this private. I was gonna get in a private label this year, but maybe it happened for a reason that I thought Vancouver was near Montreal.
No.
And so like I was like signing up for this event. It was like, and I was gonna meet all these private label guys, and then I swear I know. Do you guys know Sammer Brax?
No.
He's a private label guy. He's not super huge. He's pretty big on YouTube. But he's in Montreal, so I guess my brain associated, Montreal, Sammer Brax. But the meeting was in Vancouver, and I looked it up, and it was like a 40-hour drive from Nashville.
Yeah.
And it was like right after the Vegas meetup, and I was like, I don't want to spend any more money, and I'm just going to confuse myself by trying to learn private label right now. So I'm just going to keep reselling.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely perfect reselling, and then you can move on to private label.
Yeah. It looks like we got Nick Munez in the house. What's up? Good to see you.
Hello. Good luck on that puzzle. We're still waiting for you to finish it. But number 5 is, do you think FBA books is something anyone can get into?
For sure, 100%. 100%. Just go to your local library and scan the books they have. You don't even need a scanner. You can just. I know some people, some old school guys that just list like everything. They do pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Something's bound to sell for something.
Yeah.
Like, so when you go to a library and scan for books, like just like every day, kind of like you go to the library, or like you have to wait for the library sales?
Library sales are going to be really good because there's obviously way more volume. Depends on where you are in the country. In the Northeast, they have a lot of friends of the library, like book rooms. It's like a whole bookstore in the library. And then scattered everywhere else in America kind of sucks. The libraries only have the good books, but the libraries only have like a cart or two. And those books will be good, but I mean, you just got to be a hustler and you got to get backroom access. I mean, I'm always preaching that, and just rub up to the old ladies, flirt with them a little bit, you know. So, do whatever it takes.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, like, especially if like a library, I guess, besides in the Northeast, only has like a cart or two of books, like that could be. I mean, even though they are like good books, it could be a waste of time.
Yeah, that's why you got to really map out your route. You got to have like 10 in a row you're gonna hit, and then also the 10 thrift stores you plan on hitting all at once. But like, the best sources are going to be the unpicked shit. And as more and more people get in the game, libraries, thrift stores, they're only going to get worse and worse. Yeah. So it's about establishing connections, being the first to see the books, first to get the books. That's what's going to scale a business. It's going to make it really work in the long run. So
yeah, we've even noticed that with our thrift store that like since we've started, it's been going like downhill.
It was crazy because we usually go there one day a week. We usually go thrifting, and that's on Saturdays because all the clothes could just go for $1. So that's when we buy all our clothes, our inventory. And there was actually a line on Saturday of like 3 or 4 people, and it was just like, that's never been. We're usually always the first one there at 9 o'clock, but there's and then some lady who definitely, you said she definitely stored stuff the night before because she walked in and grabbed like 10 things like right off the bat, like
spots.
Yeah, she had that down.
Yeah. And the workers at our thrift store, they don't care. You can do whatever there probably.
I know. It's bad. But let's see. Mark said, how's the salsa dancing going?
Salsa dancing's going. Had a really good night last night.
That's fun.
Salsa dancing is awesome because you can go anywhere and do it. So like, it's one of those things like book selling. I guess a lot of things are like this, but like, I don't know. I wrestled in college and high school, and you can't just like go anywhere and wrestle like the same night. Like, you can probably move somewhere and find like a wrestling community or whatever, but salsa dancing, you can literally find a Facebook group the same night, and you can just go out and dance with a bunch of strangers, and everyone's cool with it. And same with books. You know, you can find books all over the country, so it's like an easy way, you know, to make money.
And to have fun.
Yeah.
He said no swing dancing though.
I tried. I do it every once in a while, but I can't get it down.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I could not imagine you salsa dancing or swing dancing.
Just go and do a random like club.
Just scroll down my page, you'll see I have like a couple of videos of me salsa dancing in there.
We'll definitely check them out.
Yeah.
And for anybody who's watching, I got his link, Instagram, Instagram and YouTube in the description. So go follow and subscribe.
You just type in Romer the Romer on any platform. On YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So
awesome. All right, type that in and find him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thrifty Esme said, sorry to cut out. Gotta go hang with the hubby. Good luck to you, young man.
Who was that?
Thrifty Esme.
Okay.
We hope you have a great night, Thrifty Esme.
Yes, glad you're safe and not driving too. Mark also said libraries are cutthroat. My first was with Avery.
Oh yeah, he came to one with us. He was like sweating because like we like it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like Black Friday. You know, when they open up the doors, it's literally what it's like. And the worst one I've ever been to was in New Jersey, like a month or two ago. and people were just throwing books on the ground and leaving them there. Like, it was terrible. It was like such a mob mentality.
Ooh. All for some books.
Yeah. That's why, like, if you're just like a nice person to them, they might be like, oh yeah, we have like 300 more books in the back. Yeah. And all the other assholes are just like, you know, trying to like scan the books. Like, shit, I'm gonna go back and, you know, help this lady, you know, look at her books, you know.
Yeah. That's really smart. Just like to be the better person.
Yeah, exactly. Like, good stuff always comes from that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see. And Mark also said, and like our friend Greg Murphy says, thinking ways to make money with the duds. I don't know if you meant dudes.
Duds. You know what duds are?
No.
You want to explain that?
Duds are Mark's a big book guy. Duds are, or he's not a big book guy, but he's big in the book community. But Greg is like, he's a big bulk seller. But duds are just books that are worthless to you.
Oh, okay.
They're not worthless to everyone. They're like, so FBA sellers have lots of duds, lots of books they can't sell on FBA, but they're probably great to sell in a bookstore, or maybe even merchant fulfill, or maybe even, you know, put in piles and sell them on eBay, you know, by like, you know, just different, what's that called? Lots on eBay. Yeah. Like, there's just lots of different ways to monetize books other than Amazon.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. We just sold a lot of Twilight. We had like 3 or 4 books of those, and they sold for like $15 in like one day.
You sold it on Amazon?
On eBay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I don't know if we didn't even scan them for Amazon if they went more, but
was it soft cover or hardcover?
They were 3 paperback and then 1 was hardcover.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got like
that's some eBay shit right there. You can't get away with that on Amazon.
Yeah, yeah. It was like $15 and then $5 shipping. So they paid us like $20 for it all. So we got it from the garbage.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mark said, Martin, library sales are like Connecticut bins, so much cleaner.
I was gonna ask, have you ever been to like a Goodwill Outlet?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it kind of like that in there? Have you?
Yeah, but people don't do that with the books. At least the ones I've been to. It's like they put the books out. There's like maybe like a couple people, and they just start like, oh, they got to scan through them all. But like with everything else in Goodwill, it's like you could bring out like baby diapers, and everyone's just like, like going after it. And I'm just standing there like looking at them. I'm like, maybe I should start selling those because everyone's so excited about it. I'm like, nah, I'll just stick to books.
Yeah, when I was in there, I was digging in the one bin, just kind of looking at stuff, and then these 2 people just came right next to me and were just looking at what I was looking at. And like anytime I threw something to the side that they probably wanted, they would just grab, and I was just like, okay, I'm just like getting out of here. Like,
oh wow!
Now I want to. They literally had their heads like right here.
Oh,
that's
crazy.
Just like, okay. I've accidentally scanned through people's books at the book sales
in their cart.
Yeah, it's most 2 guys were like super cool with it, but one was actually my very first library sale ever in Oregon, and I was going through this lady's books, and I was like, wow, this is a gold mine, and I was like, oh shit, this is someone else's books. And I was so nervous, and she just looked like a hardcore scanner. I'm not gonna mess with her. I literally just left the books there, and I had my books that like were profitable. So I literally gave her books, like 2 or 3 books, and I just like ran away to like the other side of the library. And I saw that she was like going through them, and she was like devastated that someone went through her books. But little did she know that I actually gave her like 2 books.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to like show my face. I was just so embarrassed. I was like, I'm going to the other side.
Especially the first time.
I was gonna say, especially the first time they had to. Let's see. Reseller King, who's Max, said, man, I am killing it on eBay this weekend. Almost $200 in sales.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good. Good for you. Keep up the grind.
Yes.
We want to see that every weekend.
Mark said, I was like, need to take a shower after the Connecticut bins.
Yeah. Everybody went and washed their hands that we were with. And some people actually brought gloves. And then
when you leave the outlets, your hands are like dusty.
Yeah.
Ew.
And then the workers all had like face masks on. It was a very weird environment.
Oh my god. That's gross. All right. But anyways, number 6 is, what has been your biggest motivator or like motivating thing this whole time?
Motivating thing. It's a good question.
Something.
Question I ask myself. Right now, just autonomy, you know, just being on my own, being happy with being on my own, and just like, you know, like I'm a young man and just like providing for myself right now, like just that in and of itself, like nothing huge. Right now that just makes me so happy. So, and that's a huge, like I just moved out, like, or I'm moving out in a month from my parents' house, like officially. Yeah. So that's I get off on that.
Yeah. Like Thrifty as I said, you're very humble. That's really awesome. We wish you the best of luck with your journeys and everything that you're doing, because that's really awesome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, but it definitely is just so motivating to be like, all right, I'm providing for myself now. Like I am now able
that's
to
not us, trust me.
It's like I was in college for 3 years, and like that's kind of being on your own, but you still got like, I don't know, the school was still feeding me.
Yeah.
I still had loans. I don't know, just something about like buying food and eating it yourself, or just doing things for yourself. It's like camping. I think that's why I like camping so much. It's like I go out, I go in the woods, I make a fire, I catch a fish. Like it was all me. I set the tent up. That's kind of like what being a young man in the real world is. It's like, setting up, finding shelter, just these little basic things. And I'm not like, I'm focused on scaling my business, but just that right there, right now, is what's really, driving me and making me happy. So
that is really awesome. Yeah, be able to do it for you, basically.
Yeah.
Let's see. Duncan said books are kind of heavy to cart around. Glad I sell old letters. Much easier to ship and store.
Yeah, this guy sells like letters from like the 1600s on eBay.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's awesome.
But it's funny because he told us we're gonna give us a little secret. He buys it on eBay and just sells it back on eBay.
Give a secret to it. Oh my gosh. Anyway,
there's so much arbitrage opportunity out there.
Yeah.
You can literally buy merchant books on Amazon. So do you guys know what the buy box is? You guys know what the buy box is.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can literally buy that's what eFlip's all about. You can buy a $10 book and you can flip it for $40 instantaneously.
Wow.
And like when it gets to your house, you can send it back in, and you'll win the buy box because you'll be the lowest prime offer.
Mm-hmm.
And there's endless arbitrage opportunities. And most people, when you tell them stuff, they won't take action. So
yeah,
for sure. Mark wants to know though, did you ever incur any college debt?
Yeah, I had like 15 grand. I'm down to like 5. I got like 5 left. That's actually one of my biggest regrets, is paying that off so fast. I just was like, I put all the money I made from landscaping into it, and then like even some of my book money, and I'm like, I should have just paid that slowly, because then I could have used that money to buy more books, And it's like it's a relatively low interest loan too, better than the credit cards that I maxed out last August. So it would have made more sense to use the money in different ways. But
yeah, student debt is no fun, and it is no joke.
Yeah.
Let's see. Duncan said biggest motivator equals make money, and then he also said no. Martin gave away my secret source.
Sorry, Duncan.
But Zach, our friend, actually said he loves camping, and Mark said he does too. So
yeah.
Zach and Martin actually went on a crazy like backpacking trip over there.
Where was it? In
Allegheny.
Allegheny. We went and we had like the giant backpacks that were like 50 some pounds, and we actually only brought.
Where's Allegheny?
What'd you say?
Where is that?
It's I think Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's near Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So it was like, I think like an hour away, not really, like not even that far really, but we went into the woods with just hammocks and tarps. We didn't bring tents or anything, and then we had like.
Good time.
What'd you say?
Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, we had an awesome time. We had to hike like 2 miles with like 50-pound backpacks, and then we set up camp, and then we kind of just chilled out for like 2 days, and then we
you feel like you've accomplished so much once you get out there. With that's heavy for backpacking.
Yeah, it was a really tough trip. It was pretty much all uphill too, so it was really the backpack was heavy.
That sucks. Mark said vintage postcards do well on eBay too. Was following a YouTube Popeye, very knowledgeable. I don't know.
YouTube Popeye.
Maybe he meant page. YouTube page, very knowledgeable. I don't know, but if you can, click the student loans out of your life. That's what he also said. Yeah, but you have more time, I guess, to pay off student loans.
My game plan now is just paying off slow.
Yeah. All right, but number 7 is, what was the best book you've sold so far, if you can remember that?
The best book I've sold, it was a jiu-jitsu book. It was a $250 jiu-jitsu book that I got in Seattle for like $8, I think, at this Goodwill. It was a really expensive book for a Goodwill. They were really taxing. But it was one of those books where I got it and I was like, wow. And you always got to double check. Had a really good E-score, really good rank, and I looked at the history and it sold consistently. And then I was like, well, maybe I should read this book because I'm a grappler, do a little bit of jiu-jitsu. And I was like, why is this worth $250? I opened it up and looked through it, and I was like, I'm not going to learn by reading. Like, I learned by doing. So like I shipped it out, and within like a week or two after touching down, it sold.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then also my best find so far is a $2,000 Jewish set. Actually found that in New Jersey. Nobody was looking at the sets. We paid $150. Me and Andrew G, shout out. Me and Andrew's this Asian dude I went on a trip with to the East Coast for 14 days. But we found nobody was looking at it. No, everyone was scanning all the books in the other part of the library, and I was like, I'm gonna look this up on Amazon, and it was worth like $2,000. And it sold at that price, but it sells like twice a year. So
so you gotta wait for the right time.
Yeah, but there's only like 2 offers, and I'm the only prime offer, so I should.
Oh, that looks the best. That looks the best then.
That's crazy.
But we have Rakin Profit in the house tonight.
What's up, Rakin?
It's nice.
What up, Rakin? He was at the last conference.
Oh, really?
In Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, Rakin's really awesome.
He spoke there.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is. He does the ice bath stuff, or the cryotherapy? Is that what it's called?
Right.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Rakin,
okay, it's like where you get like I saw him do like either an ice bath thing or cryotherapy, but that stuff's awesome. Like you guys were doing the ice bath stuff too.
Yeah,
you guys can do longer than 1 minute though.
Yeah, no, it honestly was a big shock. I didn't think it was gonna be that cold.
My toes are literally numb. Like
that's something that's awesome about up there though, is the water's cold when it comes out.
So yeah, like in the morning, I'll take a cold shower in the morning, like brick cold, just no heat. I take a hot shower and then I let it run cold and then I get out. So it's not just a fully cold shower, but yeah, the water here gets freezing cold. And do
you not just feel like so much better?
Yeah,
you feel like the first like 2 hours of your day, you just like I just feel so good. Like I've accomplished so much already. Even though it's just a shower.
And then right when I'm done with that, I brush my teeth with my left hand to shock your brain.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah. It's something to like shock your brain and wake you up in the morning. So that's
interesting.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn that from?
TED Talk, actually, right?
TED Talk, yeah, I think it was.
Do you think it affects your hygiene, your dental hygiene?
It got me to start brushing my teeth. No, I'm just kidding. No, it definitely just wakes me up, and then like it's just more adding to like the whole cold shower and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I use that bathroom time.
And you guys do the breathing too, right?
Yeah, we do a lot of the Wim Hof breathing, at least like twice a day.
Yeah. You guys do it together? That's so cute.
Yeah, pretty much everything together.
Yes. But yeah, that leads into our last question for you. What have you noticed differently in your life since you've been doing ice baths and the Wim Hof?
The first thing I noticed was just like being thankful for not being in the ice.
When you're warm, yeah.
But just like, I don't know, it forces you into presence, and it's not easy. It's not easy to do. And you just feel like you've accomplished so much when you get out. And again, it's like breaking down these little barriers of like super unrelated things from business helped me so much in business. I feel like, you know, it's like once I did 10 minutes in like a legitimate ice bath, like all the way neck up. Do you guys know who David Goggins is?
No, we do not know who.
Okay, well, he talks about a cookie jar. So you got this cookie jar. He's a Navy SEAL. He's a badass, but he's always doing tough shit. And he's actually he lives in Nashville, but he did like 4,000 pull-ups in one day. He's always just breaking down barriers. He ran like 100-mile marathon with like broken legs. Like, dude's crazy.
Oh my god,
super tough guy. But he talks about like you got to be nice to yourself. You know, like I think a lot of people are too mean to themselves, and what you can do when, like, once you accomplish something, even if it's like arbitrary, like some of these resellers watching, like, what the hell are you talking about ice baths for? But like something as arbitrary as that, if it's like a really big victory to you, just having that in your back pocket, you know, in the back of your head, you can go back to that at any time. Where it's like I'm going in trying to like pitch I know someone has a bunch of books or a company has a bunch of books, and I'm trying to get them. I'm nervous or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but I remember that time that I did 10 minutes in the ice bath.
Yeah.
I can literally go back to that in my mind, and I'm actually really proud about it. And it's like the feeling's genuine, and it's there. And yeah, I'm going to hype myself up over it because I want the strongest cookie jar I can have. So the concept of having a cookie jar is like keeping track of all the times you've been successful. And that's just the overcoming the suckiness of the ice bath is probably, aside from like all the physical, we could talk about the physical health benefits all day, but just like that mental dub has helped out a lot.
That's kind of like what KRISTINA just went through recently, because she did her first ever pull-up. And so now when she gets like mad or something, someone cuts her off, she's like, I don't need to get mad, I can do a pull-up.
Exactly. No, that's so real. Like there's something so real about it. And I feel like that's so important to like be nice to yourself. You know, like a lot of people, like a lot of Army instructors, like they come off as like, you know, super mean, and maybe that's necessary for the moment. But when it comes down to it, if you want to be like a tough motherfucker, you have to be really, really nice to yourself, and you really have to hype yourself up in your head. So like hype yourself up over that one pull up, and then you'll hit 2 eventually.
That's a big thing I preach to her too, is you just gotta like know you can do something almost. Like, I don't know why I'm really bringing up this story, but the one time, you know how you can't take an egg and squeeze it between your thumb and index finger?
Yeah.
Well, the one time I was like, all right, I could probably do that. And I went to do it, and I just couldn't do it. But then for some reason, I was like, with my left hand, I 100% like just believed I could do it. And I just grabbed it and just crushed it. And it was just like,
literally,
it just blew up everywhere. And we were just like, holy crap. Like, we don't
like, add that to your cookie jar, man.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm pretty proud of, I guess. That's great.
Yeah, but we have Bryant Willing in the house.
Oh, good to see you, Bryant.
To finish his DoorDash.
Yeah, that's good. How was that?
Yes, he just started up doing DoorDash. So he's trying.
He's doing DoorDash?
Yeah.
I just ordered DoorDash.
Let's see. Mark said never done that. Have done the cold shower though, and then said, how do you stay fit with traveling so much?
I like, me giving advice on fitness is like what's the phrase? I don't even want to say that one. It's a little vulgar, but like they say, never take advice from a skinny guy who has abs. Like, never ask a skinny guy how to get abs. And I mean, I wrestled for 10 years. I'm already in good shape. Like, I could probably try and get fat, and I couldn't. So maybe ask me that question in 20 years. But no, I wake up and I'll do like a lot of push-ups, but I don't really do it for my physical health. It's a mental W. I do 100 push-ups because I always told myself I only could ever do 50. So for me to do 100 when it's not wrestling season and all I'm doing is scanning books, and I know my body's at its weakest, but still to be able to pull that off, it's a mental W. But I mean, lifting boxes of books you know, going around all day scanning stuff, like it's hard work, and I burn a ton of calories. So
I bet.
And I'll like go on like an hour and a half like stretch phase where I just like my body will feel tight. I'll probably have to do it after this. Get in the bed and just like roll out, stretch.
Yeah.
But I just listen to my body. Like if my body is really hurting or something, I might go, you know, do sprints, whatever my body feels like. But yeah.
Yeah, you and Mark are in the same boat. You could probably, both of you, not get fat.
Yeah. I literally try to eat everything I possibly see, and I don't gain a single.
Yeah. So like someone coming to you for advice on how to lose weight, it's like you could tell them some shit, but it's probably not gonna help.
Yeah.
Unless you've been there.
Kicked my ass and I lost 97 pounds. So I don't know.
Wait, you lost 97?
Yeah, 97 pounds is what I'm at right now.
Oh, I thought you said you lost.
No, I lost 97 pounds.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. We actually made a video if you do want to check that out. It's not too far down our videos.
You said he gave you advice on that?
Well, my biggest thing for her was I didn't want her to go into the gym trying to lose weight. I wanted her to go into the gym trying to just get good at working out. And I knew that losing weight would just come in time.
Yeah.
So
you probably have more experience trying to build muscle.
Yeah. Because I've been working out since like 10th grade. So I've always been like about the gym. And I actually did a bunch of like, what is it called? I'm really blanking so hard.
Like fitness?
Yeah, like I took a couple fitness classes in high school and everything. So like I knew how to like train people and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
With her, I was just like, what'd you say?
That's insane. Like you weigh 97 pounds and you lost 97 pounds?
No, I weigh 115 pounds right now. Okay. I used to weigh 212 pounds, but
okay. Wow.
Yeah, we'll keep that on.
That's something to be really proud of.
Oh yeah, that's a mental dub that I have.
You got a lot of them.
Yeah.
You gotta catch up, man.
Really though, I do.
Yes.
But that was our last question. But I think we got a couple.
No.
Oh, no.
Well, Mark just said Kristina is so inspirational on how she transformed her fitness. So.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. If you are interested, check out that video because we went full into depth and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that after this.
There's a couple of funny pictures of back when she was.
Oh man.
I mean, that was a live stream. I thought that went really well. Thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciated you and sharing your stuff.
I appreciate it. It was awesome talking to you guys and meeting you guys.
Yeah,
for sure. It was really awesome.
I keep telling her, I was like, I want to bring him on before he blows up because I know you're so cute to blow up one day. So I had to get you in quick.
That.
Yeah,
you guys are gonna blow up too.
Yeah,
you guys have really good energy.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. Better than I thought it was gonna be.
Good. Yeah. All right. Well, on that.
Oh, sorry, I was just reading. But yeah, on that note, that was our live stream number 10. Yes. Thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate you. And like I said, guys, his Instagram and YouTube channel are in the description, so check them out.
Yes.
And yeah,
thanks, guys.
Till tomorrow. We got a vlog coming out, so definitely check that out. Peace, guys.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.
Yep.